What's up again, everybody? It's Cheaty. Third video for the day. Thought I'd just end it off with this. The Catholic Charities over in Buffalo, in the state of New York, they have an adoption agency in which, of course, they take children and they match them up with parents to help children find stable homes in which they can have, of course, two-parent homes, a mother and a father, and help these children to at least have a future and have a good parental upbringing, despite the fact that, of course, their biological parents aren't there. And that's a noble thing. Nobody should speak against that. Unless you're part of the LGBT mafia and their agenda to come after Christianity, of course, but even more so with this Catholic adoption agency. And I have my disagreements with Catholicism and the things they teach and how the Bible falls in line with Catholic doctrine and whatnot. That's not what this video is about. And I can do that at a different time. But I do find it very troubling that this Catholic charity in Buffalo, which was just shut down. Well, they shut themselves down because the state of New York, and of course all the state of New York completely siding with the LGBT agenda, finds it troubling that this Catholic adoption agency wants to and believes that the best suited method for matching up adoptive children is to give them a mother and a father. How dare the Catholic Charities believe in this, even though, of course, biology is on their side and statistics and sociological statistics are on their side in regards to children who do not grow up with a mother and a father are more prone to depression, suicide, you name it. Many social ills are connected to the fact of not having a stable nuclear household. And so the LGBT agenda is one where it's not enough that we disagree with the fact that you believe this is the best way to parent. It's that we will shut you down. And now their end goal is to shut down this Catholic adoption agency, which then leads to less adoptions, which means now, of course, if you have less agencies putting forth and creating and matching up people to get adoptions, that now means that you're going to have children who are going to, of course, obviously not be adopted, which means they will be more prone to end up in the foster care system, which we know is problematic, and the statistics coming out of that are even worse. So the LGBTQ agenda is one where their end goal leads to negative things many of the times, but they still don't care. Even if that means that children will not be adopted and end up in foster care, if our LGBT agenda moves forward and we get the social justice win, then everything is green and everything is good to go. I mean, I thought it was about diversity. I thought diversity for the leftists, which I will, of course, the LGBTQ agenda is full leftist. I thought the leftist agenda was one where one of their mantras was diversity is our strength. So the fact that you may have a group over here that believes it's okay to have gay parents adopting kids, or let's just say single parents solely adopting kids. And then you have another group over here, the Catholic Charity, that believes that, hey, stable two-parent households with a mother and father is what we want to do. I thought that's just more diversity. So I thought diversity was a strength, having people believing different things and going in that route, especially if they believe something that statistically is a positive outcome. I would think that you would like that kind of diversity, but not to the LGBTQ agenda. They can't stand that. That's why we will shut you down if you're a baker, if you don't serve our wedding, or if you're a florist, or you name it. They're coming after you if you do not submit and surrender to their agenda. So we'll shut down your bakery and all the employees that you employ and all the people that you happily bring products to. We will deny all of that, and we'll make sure to shut you down because you don't fall down and kiss the ring of LGBTQ. We got to get to the point where we can respect people's differences, where people of faith can stand on their faith and not be castigated, attempted to be destroyed, shamed, all right, and completely ostracized because they believe something different than you. I mean, what is next? The ball just keeps moving forward, and the goalpost keeps on being moved forward with the LGBTQ agenda, no matter what the facts and the results are, no matter what the statistics are. And that's the sad part, you know, that's really the sad part. And people are, and the sad thing is in America, you'll find many people who are okay with tyranny. So if the LGBTQ wants to shut you down and basically trample on your First Amendment right to religion, then that's okay. You know, that's totally fine. But that's tyranny, though. Like, that's legitimate tyranny now. Like, you can't believe, faith-wise, you cannot believe what you want to believe. If you attempt to do that, we will destroy you. And people are okay with that. And that is tyranny. No matter how you try to put a bow on it, try to wrap it up, that's tyranny. Another thing that I also find very interesting with the LGBTQ agenda. I remember back, I'm a California resident, if you don't know that, if you haven't watched my videos before, that since I live in California, back in, I believe it was 2008, they had the Proposition 8, which was a proposition in regards to gay marriage. Yes, meaning that you believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. No, of course, being the opposite position. And I, as a Christian, believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. It's biblical, it's sociological, it's biological. So I'm all for it. I voted yes. And of course, all the LGBTQ and everybody was railing against anybody. If you were found to have voted yes on Proposition 8 and you were somebody of prominence, you would be destroyed and castigated. And the LGBTQ agenda, one of the things they would always rail on and stand behind is that we as homosexuals, or wherever you fall in the LGBTQ spectrum, we want government, we don't want these Christians or whoever, we don't want them, we want the government out of our bedroom. Okay, so the proposition is up and we say no. We want the government out of our bedroom. Okay, if that's your stance, hey, that's a libertarian, a libertine kind of stance. I can respect that, still disagree with it, but I can respect your position. But then, years later, the Supreme Court went ahead, as we now see now, and ruled that, that you can't, quote unquote, discriminate in regards to marriage and that gay people can marry. But of course, the LGBTQ people went before the government and petitioned the government to overrule the will of the people with the yes on 8 and to affirm that marriage must be open to homosexuals. So then the gay agenda then went ahead and got in bed with the government to then give them the rights. But I thought you guys wanted the government out of your bedroom. But then you go link up with the government so that you can get the rights to do what you want, not only in marriage, but of course, in your bedrooms. So I find that ironic. And now we see with this Catholic charity wants to match up parents, a male and female parents' households with children. And now the gay agenda is, we will shut you down, Catholic Adoption Agency, because we disagree with your position. So now we will get in bed with the government again. And we will shut down this adoption agency, all in the name of progress, all in the name of putting more children in the foster care system. So I find it, once again, quite hypocritical and contradictory that the same people who wanted the government out of their bedroom just about 15 years ago, that was their push. Now they're using every which way they can get a hold of the government to then get people to be destroyed, maligned, and shut down. So now the LGBT agenda and the government are having a free-for-all in the bedroom to then forcefully come after people and push tyranny down the throats of reasonable, faith-filled people who believe what they believe based on their convictions and trying to castigate and destroy them. And this is America in 2018. Completely sad. But nonetheless, we move on. Life continues on. God is still on the throne. And we got to just, I don't know, keep on living. You got to stand up against the tyranny. You know, you vote You vote and get the government that you want. And I didn't vote for none of that foolishness going on in New York, of course. And if I was living in New York, I wouldn't vote for any of those people who push any of those things. But you get the government that you vote for. And it's sad to see it take place. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. That's my time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for everybody that subscribes to the videos and watches. I appreciate that. And talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out.